Hey everybody, get on in here, get you something to drink. I got water today. It's good to stay hydrated. It is really good to stay hydrated. Let me put the camera down. Yeah, there we're getting there. I woke up with a wheeze this morning. So I'm trying to stay good and hydrated and get any kind of mucus that's in there out of the way. Not getting sick. I refuse to get sick. Thank you, Jesus. I'm not going to get sick. Anyway, get on in here. It's Sunday afternoon. It's our day to spend a little time by ourselves. So I'm in my little studio, surrounded by the things that I love, and I'm talking to you. It doesn't get any better than that. So come on in. Let's have a little toast to finally loving yourself. And that's what we're going to do this afternoon. We're going to finally love ourselves. And I'm going to give you some little simple. We're going to talk about this next week. This week, we are in the kitchen. It's the heart of our home. I've already started doing some simple detail cleaning in my kitchen. I always start cooking with a sink full of hot, soapy water. The dishwasher's going. I'm going to empty it as soon as I get off of here because it'll be finished, and I put everything away. And I've got an empty dishwasher ready for our dinner dishes. Dinner is in the crock pot. Robert bought us a corned beef brisket this week. And so I stuck it in the crock pot with some potatoes and carrots and a whole cabbage because that's my favorite part. Now, a lot of people don't like the way cabbage smells. Hey, Barb. I've been seeing some pictures of us together from the last time I saw you in Minnesota. Anyway, so dinner is in the crock pot. I have a load of laundry going. And, this afternoon is going to be restful, peaceful. It's going to start raining here in just a few minutes. Robert has gone to Lowe's to get a special cutter that he needs for our new spindles that are going up. And when we get finished, I'll show you where. I'll take some pictures along the way so you can see them. They look wonderful, and I'm just so happy we're saving close to $15,000. The way I wanted to do it was just a little bit out of my comfort zone. We all have comfort zones on what we want to spend on things, and it was over $16,000, and I just couldn't do that for something I'm not going to like. I'm not going to like something that costs me that much because I like to stay within our budget, and I just want to keep it simple. Now, this week we're in the kitchen, so I've wiped down a couple of cabinet doors. I've wiped down all my counters front to back, moved everything around. That's sort of part of detail cleaning. And the kitchen looks good. I've washed my butter dish, and I'm going to wash some other canisters this week. Each time I put a load of dishes in the dishwasher, I'm going to add a couple of things to it that don't get washed very often, like the Robert's cereal canister and the pecan canister and the raisin canister. So these things sit out on our counter because Robert builds his cereal from scratch practically. But I wanted to show you some of the things that I utilize every day. And I know you have some of these things in your home too. Somebody asked me the other day, a picture's worth 1,000 words. Tell me about the basket that you keep your washcloths in that you use for drying your hands in the bathroom. Well, I brought it in here. Now this thing is old. And here it is. I like to collect fish things. And this is my little, I guess a wine bottle or something went in there. I don't know how it would go in there, but anyway, it's I've had it forever. I think I got it at a yard sale. I think it was an Avon product once upon a time. But I think it's so cute because it's a fish. And I just roll up my towels into little round things. I think I saw this one time in a restaurant where we ate, and this was in the ladies' restroom, and they had hand towels all rolled up like this. And I thought it was cute. And it holds my towels. I also roll up, they're in the laundry right now. My pink towels, my face cloths that I use to wipe, I roll them up too, so they're in there. So I got pink ones and white ones. And it keeps it keeps it looking cute and my countertop not cluttered up. Now, another thing that I utilize every day, have you ever bought a compact, a face powder, and it was too light or it was too dark? Well, here's what I do. I have this little jar that Special Forces gave me once upon a time. And I love this little jar, and I'm never going to get rid of it because it makes me happy because I pray for the military people serving our country every time I use it. But I took the compacts and I smashed up all the powder in it and dumped it in my jar. And I put a cosmetic sponge in there, and I used that to blot my brush, the brush I use on my face. It's a big fat one. And I use that to put my makeup on. And I mix my own makeup. I take a compact that's too dark and one that's too light, and then mix it together, and guess what? It's just right. And I've always got makeup because you have compacts that you put in your purse that you don't use often, and then you really need to use it up and every year. So that's what I dump in here, the things that don't get used often but you need every once in a while. So I put it in my little jar, and it makes for a wonderful way for my everyday makeup, and I'm happy with it. Today is the last day for our multi-wand. Last day. It will go off tomorrow sometime. I don't like to ask Michael to do things on the weekend, so sometime tomorrow, probably early morning, it will go off. But get it while you can. This thing is half price. It keeps you from climbing. It does. I use it around my toilet. I use it to clean cobwebs out of corners. I use this thing for everything. I love this tool. And when you get through, you take the cover off. Here's one that I pulled the cover off, and I throw it in the wash machine with my purple rags and my mop cloths, and you're good to go. I'm a little fidgety today because I have on probably some undergarments that I'd gotten my hair cut in, and there is a little piece of short, tiny hair stuck in my undergarment, and it is driving me nuts. And I've tried to find it, and I can't find it. So I'm going to have to take a magnifying glass and see if I can find that hair splinter before it gets stuck in me. I can't stand it. It works great on popcorn sealants. Well, be careful around popcorn sealants because they can have asbestos in them. So just be careful with it. Don't stir up a lot of stuff. And then we're discontinuing our extra large mop, so get that ordered because we're getting low. Now, I wanted to show you my little tool that I use every day to make sure I get my steps in. And I've already done 3/4 of my steps that I go up and down the stairs every day. Now, I try to get them in before noon so that I'm just left with 3. That's 9, no, 10, 11, 12. I'm doing 12 this month. So many years ago, Robert made me some little tiles, and they were 1 through 12, and they're little wooden tiles, just like this, little wooden tiles. And I keep them in a bowl like this, and before I go to bed at night, I stack them in groups of 3, because 3 times 4 is 12. So that means 4 times, and I have alarms set on my phone to get me started in the morning so I don't forget about it. And I lay 3 out on my table right by my water, and those 3 are the first ones I start on, and I usually do them around 9 o'clock in the morning. This morning I took a load of laundry to the basement, and I did 3 trips up and down the stairs dealing with getting the laundry started. Then I came up and I had breakfast and started working, and then my nephew called, and we talked for about 30 minutes. It helps him when everybody else is going to visitation. He's about 6 hours from me. When everybody else is going to visitation, he talks to me on the phone, so it doesn't make him feel bad that he doesn't have anybody there to visit with him. And I got to get all the paperwork. It takes about a month done so I can go see him. Yesterday he got to talk to his first cousin, my son, and he was crying because he said it felt good to get to talk to family again because he hadn't talked to them in decades. And that's what happens when sin separates you from your family. Your family they love you, but they don't know how to help you. They really don't know. Yes, you can wash all the microfiber stuff together. I wash my mop cloths and purple rags and the multi-one cover. But back to Ben. He is applying to go into a halfway house that is in Nashville. I think they have several of them. And he's filled out the paperwork, and just say a prayer for him to when he's going up on parole in September, and just say a prayer for him every day that he can get into this godly place to be. And it's in a nice area of town because I checked it all out. You know, Aunt Marla was going to check it out. And I want him to have a good start. I want him to find something he can do, and he wants to help people. And he has this certificate that he is gives him. It's going to go with him outside of the prison system into the world of work in Tennessee, and he's going to be able to help people, peer recovery stuff. So please keep him in your prayers. He asked me to ask you to pray for him, and I didn't have a show yesterday, so I didn't ask you, but he reminded me again today. And it's just been, you know, he needs your prayers. And we talk about recovery, we talk about a lot of things, and when you're dealing with addiction, you got to redirect. And as I wrote in Body Clutter, I talked about being addicted to macaroni and cheese or just pasta, you know, and I can't even have it in my house. And I understand that part of addiction, but when you have an addiction, you got to redirect yourself. And so I told him about this game I made up one time that Robert cut me. You can use popsicle sticks, but he had some little copper pieces of metal, and he cut them into 20 pieces for me. And I made this game for a friend who was trying to quit smoking. And, you know, quitting smoking is hard. Like quitting sugar. Those 2 things are 2 of the hardest things in the world to stop from abusing. And in the game, I would give one side of the stick would be something to do, some action to take. Either go sweep a floor, go put a load of laundry in, just little things to get you redirected from that obsessive thought you have. I want that macaroni and cheese, or I want that, or whatever it is your addiction is. And then on the backside was a reward for going and doing it. A reward for going and doing it. So recognizing the craving, whatever the craving is, and redirecting yourself, just like if you have a child that wants to put something in the DVD player. You know, they want to stick things, Legos, and they just want to stick things in the DVD player. Well, you got to redirect them. You got to give them something else to do. Give them another thing to put them in. You just change, you redirect them, and then you reward. Redirect and reward. And it's a whole process. It's a system to help you deal with those addictions. And especially if you're obsessing about something or someone or whatever. And I told him about this little game. He said he wanted to share it with his group. And it can just be little pieces of paper. That's all it can be. And that you draw one out and you go do it. And it's a wonderful way to get your mind off of the addictive substance, whatever it is, and go on to the next thing. So folks, take a little time today for yourself. I don't even know what time I started or how long I've been going because I can't see a clock. And, let's take care of ourselves this week. Let's utilize the time we have. Let's build ourselves up today. And we talked about the 23rd Psalm. And he was talking about your cup runneth over. And I said, yeah, the Bible teaches us that in the 23rd Psalm. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow you all the days of your life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever. My cup runneth over. Well, when your cup runneth over, that's the love that you have inside of you, helping others. And please, take some time today to replenish your batteries, to fill your cup up to overflowing. Because that overflowing cup isn't a mess. It's really spreading the love. And isn't that what we need to do? Is just spread more love around this world? Yesterday, I had the pleasure of watching our president give a 2-hour speech at CPAC. Now, if you haven't watched it, it's worth your time to watch it because he is funny as all get out. But he just lays it all out there for you. Robert's getting home from Lowe's. Anyway, if you get a chance to watch the CPAC speeches, I've pretty much watched every one of them for the last 3 days. It was fun. I'm never going to go to CPAC, but it's conservatives, and it's about the babies and taking care of our fiscal responsibilities. And I love their mission, and there are conservatives all around the world. And, when somebody can stand up for 2 solid hours and not read from a script and give the most amazing speech I've ever heard in my life, and have people laughing, have people crying, have people eating out of the palm of his hand, it was amazing. And if you get a chance, watch it. Fox Nation, the app, Fox Nation, that you can download for free on your phone, has it all for free. You can watch all the CPAC stuff. And there were some great, wonderful speakers. So check it out. And it's starting to rain here. I'm not ready for rain, but it's going to get really cold, everyone. So be ready. The cold front is coming down. I'm in North Carolina, and it's supposed to hit us tonight. And y'all just take care of yourself. This storm is coming across the country and then it's going to go up into New England. So, folks, take some time. Tomorrow's weekly home blessing hour. We're not going to spend a whole hour. We're going to spend about 30 minutes on it, really 15. We're going to do the 2-minute weekly home blessing tomorrow. So join us tomorrow for weekly home blessing. And let's remember to get dressed to lace up shoes every morning. First thing, do it. Because it is going to energize you. Yeah, it's just March the 3rd right now. And I have a sister that's got a birthday March the 5th, and a sister that's got a birthday March the 15th, and a sister that's got a birthday March the 22nd. So I got a birthday every week for this whole month. And Leanne's birthday was just a month ago. So, call your family. Talk to them while you can. I love you all. I will see you tomorrow. And, have some fun. Make a game out of weekly home blessing. Set your timer for 2 minutes. You'll be so surprised at what you can do. Now I got to put everything up that I brought in here, or I'd have a mess. And then I wouldn't have all the things I need in my bathroom. So y'all have fun today. I love you, and I get some rest. Talk to you later. Bye.